Hi, fans of high quality entertainment. So, Scott from the Prog Corner has once again done a video on worst bands ever. Um, I think he's done one before, I believe, and I've done it in the past also. But your opinion changes on your favorite bands and your least favorite bands through the years. Although my list it it really hasn't changed that much over the years, as you will see. So anyway, I just wanted to give a shout out to the Prog Corner. Not that he's the only channel that's ever done worst bands ever. It's fairly common, I think, on YouTube. But I don't want him to sue me. So here we go. So just remember, this is just my opinion. And you might like or love some of these bands, and I just happen to not care for them. And I've ranked them from number 10 to number 1. And so please watch the whole video and then leave a comment below, and remember to like the video and make sure you're subscribed. And I welcome any new subscribers. I never really say that, but if you're new to the channel, thank you for subscribing. Here we go. All right, number 10. Yeah, Nickelback. I know that some of you might think that would be, number 1 or number 2, but they're not my kind of music, right? They're your basic rock music you hear on the radio every day, and they have a formula, but it's a very successful one, of course. And I do have a bit of respect for them because I watched there's a documentary on Netflix about a year ago, and they're a hard-working band and they became successful, so good for them. But just not my kind of music. But if you like Nickelback, that's great. All right, number 9. Bon Jovi. Yeah. Kind of similar to my maybe not my chestnut. I don't think so. But anyway, yeah. Even more than Nickelback, as you'll see, it gets worse and worse. I've never, I will admit I do like Living on a Prayer. That's a good rock song, and maybe one or two others. But overall, they're just too, some of their love songs are kind of cringy, and and Richie Zambora, very good guitarist. So I'm not saying these bands or most of these bands don't have talent. They're just not something I would want to listen to. So Bon Jovi, and I do like him as a person. He seems to be a good guy. John Bon Jovi, of course, not Bon Jovi. The guy in the middle who keeps staring at me. He's not happy. All right, number 8. Yeah, Emerson, Lake and Palmer. Now, back in the 70s, I did own Brain Salad Surgery, and I really liked it a lot. Today, I have, I played it on Spotify once in a blue moon, and I just can't. It's just not for me anymore. And that was the only album of theirs that I liked. I had pictures at an exhibition before that. Never liked that. And then I bought Works, which I never really cared for. And I've heard some of their, on Spotify, I've heard some of their later albums, which to me were pretty bad. But I know, they have a lot of fans. And I just don't like Emerson, Lake and Palmer myself. But if you do, I'm so sorry. Just joking. All right, number 7. Yeah, Queen. Now, I will say this: Brian May is, I'll say he's an amazing guitarist, but Freddie Mercury, I know he's, one of the greats, one of the one of the greatest performers. And even that, I don't think he was, as great as Elvis Presley, right? And his vocals, I just do not like Freddie Mercury's vocals. And yeah, I was trying to think of one song I like by them. One Vision. I guess One Vision is the one song that I think is okay, but the rest of it is horrible or bad. Number 6. Yes, I am Canadian, and I really shouldn't be saying this, but I do not like the music of Rush. And it's not just Geddy Lee's vocals, which drive me up a wall when I hear them, the shrieking and everything. Uh, Neil Peart, yes, he's a good drummer, and Alex Lifeson is, you know, uh, an above average guitarist, I guess. But just, the band Rush, I don't like. I've never liked any of their songs. I did buy Moving Pictures back when it came out, and I think I played it twice, and then that was it. Like, it's just not good. So Rush is at number 6. Number 5. Took me a second to see who that was. Yeah, it's Yes. Um, Once again, I'm not saying they're not talented musicians, but the lead vocals by what's his name, Anderson, John Anderson, um, just uh, cringy, I guess is and then the lyrics, like, what are they singing about? Fairies and whatever else, clouds and heaven and everything. It's just bad. uh, I remember listening to supposedly one of their best songs, Closer to the Edge, and I seriously, it's probably like 5 minutes into the song, I fell asleep. That's how boring it was. Number 4. Yeah, Sparks, if you know who they are, they've been around, sadly, for years. And I think they have like 50 albums, and they just won't go away. They're pretty popular in the UK, but not so much here in Canada or the US, even though they're, from the US. And they're weird, I guess, is what you can say. And Russell, I believe is his name on the, no, yeah, Russell on the left, his vocals, oh my God, his high-pitched vocals. If you think Tiny Tim can't sing, just wait until, if you haven't heard Sparks, wait until you hear Russell Mael singing, because it's god awful. And they like I said, they have about 50 albums. All right, number 3. Yeah, this is a band called Ween, and somebody talked me into buying one of their albums. It was, what's it called? The Pod. And of all of these bad bands that, and they've made horrific albums, The Pod is the worst album in the world. I just can't believe it was released and that they actually have fans, right? Uh, yeah, they're just terrible. All right. Number two. I hope I'm not upsetting anybody. I'm just, it's just my opinion. Number two. Yeah. Creedence, Clearwater Revival. They were really, really popular in the 60s, early 70s. You'd always hear their stupid songs on the radio, like Proud Mary, down on the corner. This stupid. Who has seen the rain? Like even the title of that, Who Has Seen the Rain? I think everybody's seen the rain, and John Fogerty, is that his name? His vocals they're kind of the opposite of Russell Mael of Sparks. They're more, macho or whatever, but still, the guy can't sing. And his guitar playing is pretty weak. The whole band is, I guess, all of these bands, I guess you would say are professional, but for me, the music of CCR is very mediocre. And so they're number two. I was gonna make a joke make a joke video and have number one the Beatles, but I decided, to have a serious video. Number one, the Beach Boys. Even the picture is cringy, right? I wish they all could be California. Like, maybe if I was born in California, I'd like the Beach Boys, but I'm from Canada, Ontario, Canada, and I've never ever liked the Beach Boys songs. Kokomo actually is one song I do like a lot, but that's about it. The rest of it is just god awful. And they say that Pet Sounds, it's one of the greatest albums ever. It's right up there with Sgt. Pepper and all that. And I gave it a chance. I played it more than once, and it was just terrible and so boring. Boring. There's nothing worse than a rock band that is boring, and that's the Beach Boys. In the dictionary for the word boring, there's a picture of the Beach Boys. So that's it. Those are my top 10 worst bands. Let me know what you think in the comments section below. Thanks for watching, and I'm really, really looking forward to your comments. Bye.